himself to death. Left me and my brother on the streets of Glasgow.
He left me and my brother on the streets of Glasgow. Welcome back to Power Book 4, Force. Oh yeah! We're here, guys, with Season 1, Episode 8. Walter Flynn, eat your heart out, big man. I thought you were fantastic in this episode. I think you were. But we kick off this episode with Walter receiving some seriously bad news that he's got stage 1 lung cancer. But is he going to do anything about it? That's what worries me. I don't think the guy's going to do anything about it. And I like Walter Flynn, right? The fact that it's Tommy Flanagan just makes it even better. But I almost kind of feel like he's like a side character on this show. It's like, you know, in GTA, where obviously you've got your main characters that you play as, and I mean, apart from 5, you only played as one. But then, like, you went and did missions for the people. He feels like one of the people you do missions for. Like, he doesn't feel like a part of the integral story, but he feels like he's just there. Like, it seems like the only time he appears, like, in a meaningful sense, is like when Tommy goes to visit him at his house. I don't know, it comes across as weird to me, but the bricks are being moved here by Tommy. JP's complaining he needs a job, damn it. And Tommy, after talking with Liliana, but they might need another cook, he's like, how good are you with your hands? So, will JP become the new cook in the kitchen that could work in 8-hour shifts? We'll have to wait and see. He's got a deep voice, which Liliana likes, absolutely. Tommy then meets with Claudia. Again, she's like... See if Claudia was a man, right, and no a woman. I think Tommy would have... He would have ended this, like, relationship and would have went himself. Honestly. Because see at this stage of the game, right, they don't even need Claudia. Claudia's the one that got the cook in the lab and all that good stuff set up. He could just... Doesn't need to necessarily kill her, like, because if he kills her, I mean, that could be bad, but he could literally just cut all ties with her. Which may sound weird, but that could happen. But they agree here that if your daddy interferes in our business, we're going to go to war with him. Is she willing to do that? I'm not too sure. But then the CBI is discussing the future of the gang. Don't really know how much this is going to go down. The dirty cop who's in the Flynn's pocket gets confronted by another cop. Of course, he has to be this like scruffy white guy. He's like, I want a boat. I don't care about your sister's medical care. 50 G's. I'll give you a 3 weeks because I'm a good for it. Okay, dokie then. We'll see how that goes. Walter has like a face-to-face with Claudia. He says, I'm going to find out what you're into. And you're going to be in big trouble. He's like, and then when Victor turns up, tells Victor to keep an eye on his sister, his daughter. She's like, she's not like me. She doesn't take well to discipline. Honestly, like, Walter, for a guy that's portrayed as such a badass, he kind of, in a weird way, just lets his kids, like, just step over the top of him, doesn't he? Like, I mean, that's what I get the sort of vibes. JP visits his grandmother, Tommy's grandmother, and she dies. Pretty sad scene. Yeah, and then JP gives Tommy a box of, like, photographs and tells him, right, I think you need to finally phone Kate. But who's going to phone Kate? I've not really got much faith in JP, if I'm being honest. But then, for me, we get the scene of the episode where Tommy Flanagan and Tommy, we've got Walter Flynn and Tommy discussing things. He asks him, does he want a beer? Tommy's like, no, I do not want a beer, big man. He's like, it tastes like drinking a loaf of bread. And I hate beer that's like that. And I tell you what, right? Absolutely. Tastes like that. Some beers, like, you're just drinking weak, pure, utter fucking wheat. So dry. And I totally get that. And then Tommy Flanagan, big Walter Flynn, tells me, when my father took us from Ireland to Scotland, to Belfast boys, Catholics, fighting in the streets of Glasgow against all the Protestants and the gangs. But I love the fucking violence, Tommy. Great for him, man. Honestly, I like the fact they've included this scene, and, you know, it's kind of explained why he's got a Scottish accent, even though he's Irish, and it does make sense now. So yeah, I like that, because obviously sometimes Americans in TV shows, they're naive, and, you know, they just think like, oh, us Brits sound the same. Before anyone goes, Ireland's not a part of the United. I know it ain't. Alright, I'm well aware it ain't. So, but then, to be fair, he was from Belfast. So, he's actually Northern Irish. Put it that way, but Tommy rejects him. Tommy then confronts Victor and tells him, "You need to get out of town, buddy." He gives him like a car with no tracker. He's like, "It's going to end badly for you and Gloria. You need to go." But obviously, Tommy doesn't know Gloria's skipped town. Claudia then comes by with an offer for Diamond, but he refuses it. He thinks it's that new drug, and he was right. Then we have Walter and his consigliere. He was like, "Yeah, you trusted a Pollock at number 2. So, yeah, he kind of puts the fact that there's just no way you can make Claudia number 1. What are the people back home going to think, Polly? That's not going to work. A woman in charge? No, not a chance. Who's the people back home? Who do they answer to back home? In Ireland? It feels like he's like running like an extended wing of the IRA or something. Even though you could argue his home's more like fucking Scotland at this rate. But yeah, what is Victor going to do? He's not too convinced. He has a conversation with Polly, who tells him about the fact that Walter did offer Tommy the role as like numero uno underneath him, join the organisation, which obviously he's not too happy about. Him and Gloria, he then decides to leave with Gloria, who's returned after leaving last episode. She's kind of just returned from thin air. Like, where is Gloria came from? Like, to me, it's... Why did she just leave, then come back? It just felt so weird. Like, what? Like, it's not like she left the seasons ago, or like 5 I mean, she literally left like halfway through last episode. It's like, why would she leave halfway through last episode just to come back this episode? I don't know, but they're driving and they get ambushed. They get absolutely ambushed here by the Serbs. Pretty badass shootout here. I like the fact he pointed the gun through the bullet holes. He's trying to lay the strikes like, Gloria, you can look up. But guess what? Gloria's dead. What? Pretty big character death in this show for Gloria to die here. I was like, holy shit, she dead. She is dead. We then get some funny scenes with JP and Luciana. She likes his deep voice. Hey, Tommy. Hey, that's just how you hold the drugs, bro. And then Tommy actually enlists his son. Tommy looks into it and discovers that, holy shit, he actually is JP's son. We then get the meeting between the CBI. Well, I'll say the CBI is like Gennard's crew. He stole the Dahlia from the Jew gang and he killed one of them and stole it and gives it to Gary. And Gary's like, yeah, we're down with you. He's like, yeah, we're going to need bodies. So it looks like CBI and Gary's crew for the South are going to lay smack down in Chicago here. So we'll have to wait and see. And then, yeah, the episode ends with Tommy discovering that the kid he's trying to enlist here is actually his brother's son. How's that going to go? I'm not too sure, but that is it for He Ain't Heavy. I thought it was a pretty good episode. Best episode of the season. I'm gonna give this one an 8. You know, you had the death of Gloria. I really loved the Walter scene. The scene where he got diagnosed, and also the scene he had with Tommy about his origin. I really enjoyed all that good stuff. There was some really funny dialogue in here. We also had the death of their grandmother. So here, a lot of deaths in this one. But until next time, peace.